There is a legend in ancient Egypt that said, when the Blue Lotus returns to the Nile, humanity will remember and awaken. It will rise again in consciousness. And as the later dynasties started to fall away and the great ancient Egyptian power fell to the ground, the lotus started to disappear from the Nile. Indeed, the legend was true. Now, when I started drinking the Blue Lotus 17 years ago, hardly anyone knew about the Blue Lotus, and I heard the legend perhaps around 14 years ago for the first time. And I knew the reason why I fell in love with this flower was it was so much more than just a flower. It is here to support our awakening. And you are watching this video right now, meaning you are part of that change. You are blossoming. You are awakening. Something inside of you cannot stay asleep anymore. You are waking up. And so that's why I'm not surprised that the flower is propagated and so many more people around the world are interested or curious or dreaming about it and asking about it. In the last 10 years, many people would come to me, what is the Blue Lotus? I just dreamt of it, or I had this vision, or I have this feeling. And now it is becoming more and more common to drink the flower, to go to a ceremony, to enjoy it for relaxation purposes. So the time is now, we're awakening. And the flower is a dream flower, but it also opens up the senses. So in reality, we're waking up from the dream. We're waking up from a great big dream. The flower is here to promote our civilizational shift. So the ancient Egyptians honored this flower as a symbol of death and rebirth. It was found on the carvings of many of the temples, and if you come to Egypt, you will see they used it in rites and rituals. They used it also as a flower for celebration. They used it as a flower of adornment, of purification, and also just of intoxication of its fragrance for beauty purposes. It was also a medicinal flower used, as I've shared. It has some medicinal properties. So it was an all-round well-used flower. The ancient Egyptians found different ways to work with the flower. Sometimes they used it in oils and ointments. They also made it into tinctures, into resins, and of course the very famous way is to dry the petals and to drink it as a tea or also infuse it in wine. For them, it was a flower that symbolized all the beauty that is life. It represented the beauty way for them. For the ancient Egyptians, they saw beauty as a signature of divinity and also beauty as a signature of true power. Power is change. Power is regeneration. Power is allowing things to die when they need to die and to be reborn naturally when it's time to. It also connected to the darkness of the underworld as well as it connected to the light of the overworld. As a dream flower, it connected them to the deep places that you go when you sleep and you're unconscious, or for them also where you go when you die. And at the same time, these roots are always there, and yet you can lift yourself up to the soul star realm and open up your imagination. It inspired them. It opened up imaginal spaces in the mind, and also more than anything, it uplifted the heart. The main basis of the ancient Egyptian culture was Ma'at. She was the center of everything. A ruling deity, Neter, force of nature, or if you want to call it god or goddess, that really promoted the balance of life in everything, promoted beauty, grace, harmony, and justice. The Blue Lotus supports that process of deep integration, deep balance, dissolving the judgmental mind and allowing more of what is pure and innocent and true to radiate forth. It was such an important symbol for the ancient Egyptian culture and spiritual tradition. You can consume the Blue Lotus by quite a few ways. You can drink it, dry the petals, and drink it in a tea. If you want, you can also add a little bit of good organic honey to that. You can use the petals and put it in a bottle of wine. Maybe you want it to seep over a full moon or a new moon or an astrological event that means something to you. And the next day, this wine is infused with the blue lotus petals, and you can drink it with your alone or with your loved ones or in a beautiful circle with friends. Now you can also smoke the blue lotus. There are also carvings on the temples that show the blue lotus being smoked. You're also able to use it as a resin, as a tincture, as an ointment in a cream, or also for medicinal purposes. As I've already shared, it is an antioxidant, it is an anti-inflammatory, meaning it can really promote a sense of well-being and health. It can support cramp, it can support pain, also menstrual cramp or internal pain, headaches. I've been drinking Blue Lotus since I was 21 years old. I had my first cup at 21, and I've been journeying with the flower for quite a long time, 17 years as of now. And there's very little research done on the Blue Lotus, so I can only share this from my own experience, since there isn't enough research done yet on the flower. For me, I found that the Blue Lotus is good to be consumed moderately and sometimes to leave nice breaks in between. Meaning, if you become someone who consumes Blue Lotus every single day habitually, you may actually lose the real deep quality of what the Blue Lotus is here to give you. Sometimes it's nice to go through a period of time where you have 1 cup a day, maybe in the evening to relax, maybe you have one in the morning, maybe when you're really feeling like you really want to get some deeper insights from your dreams, maybe you wake up in the morning and you feel like having a very nice meditation, or you feel like having a bath and deeply relaxing, or you're creating a ritual for yourself in which you would like to get some deeper access to your inner world. Or, of course, if you are connecting intimately with your loved ones or loved one and you wish to drink some Blue Lotus to really enjoy and enhance the pleasure of your lovemaking, this is also a great flower for that. Now, I highly recommend you only drink the Blue Lotus at moments where you feel it really wanting and calling you, or at moments where you feel this feels like a good moment. Now, at the beginning I said you could do it every day. I recommend you have a time frame for that. It may be that you drink Blue Lotus every day for a week to really work with the effects of the Blue Lotus. You may do that for a month. I wouldn't recommend more than that. I wouldn't recommend more than 40 days in total where you drink Blue Lotus every day. And it's always good after drinking Blue Lotus that you take a break and that you really start to see the effects. Now, these are 2 ways that you can work with it. One is in moments where you really feel like you want to drink the Blue Lotus, which could be every week, could be every month, it could be once here, once there. And the other time is that you really set yourself an intentional container over a period of time where you deepen with the Blue Lotus. Now, since there isn't enough research done on the Blue Lotus can have an effect when consumed too much and too frequently, is that it can promote some dizziness and nausea, and also can really make you start to feel a little bit out of this world. That is why I don't recommend that you overdrink the flower. Treat it with respect. Treat the flower like you would anything that deserves deep respect. By over-consuming the flower and turning it into another recreational drug, you may have missed the true. So the Blue Lotus can support a great sense of relaxation. It can support a sense of good dreaming. It can support also your body to be aroused and receive greater pleasure. The Blue Lotus is also, as I shared before, an anti-inflammatory, an antioxidant, meaning it can support over the long run, support you from chronic diseases. It can support the body to reduce any pain of inflammation. Again, drink it moderately And if you need help, if you are suffering from any chronic disease or pain, it's also always good to go to a naturopath or to a medical advisor, someone that you know that can support you. So please don't see the Blue Lotus as the answer to all your pains or problems. It definitely isn't, but it is a great support and guide on your way. It can support you in greater well-being. The Blue Lotus, because of some of the alkaloids and some of the chemicals in it, can also give you a sense of great comfort, meaning it can be very soothing for the body and very soothing for the nervous system. Now, this can feel really great if you're someone who just sometimes needs to feel this inner hug. The Blue Lotus has a way of supporting that. Remember, there are different effects, and these different effects may come at different times, and every time you drink the Blue Lotus, it may be a little bit different. I like to believe that the Blue Lotus adds a sparkle of magic into my world, meaning it is you can also blend Blue Lotus with cacao, with wine, also with other medicines from the earth. And as you blend them together, the Blue Lotus in a way opens the path. It is a wonderful way to journey as it opens the path, which I like to feel is a path of magic. The Blue Lotus, after all, was revered in ancient Egypt for thousands of years because it contains within it a sparkle of deeper magic, meaning it connects us to everything that is real and true and simple and profound about our soul journey in this body traveling through the cosmos. Allow it to inspire you. Allow it to wake you up from deep inside. Gift that the Blue Lotus is here to give you. The Blue Lotus is legal in most countries. The Blue Lotus is a flower that can support great health and well-being enhancement. So it is not illegal except in a few countries, which are Poland, Latvia, Russia. It is legal in the United States except, I believe, in the state of Louisiana. And this is the last time I've checked, so it might have been updated by now. So you can buy Blue Lotus, have it shipped to you with ease, since it is not an illegal substance in most places. The Blue Lotus flower isn't extinct. There are small growers, there are seeds. The flower has still been growing since it's gone out of the Nile, since it's been removed from the Nile or made extinct to the Nile. It is growing in certain parts in Africa, in South Africa. There are also reports of Uganda. I haven't seen them personally, but I know some of my friends have. So the flower is still alive and it is not extinct, and it is coming back. And there are some beautiful Blue Lotus growers, dear friends of mine, that are propagating and slowly growing this flower so that it may come back to the Nile when it is time. If you want to grow Blue Lotus by yourself, by all means do. You can ask or ship some seeds to your house and try it. It might work in your climate or it might not. More and more communities that I visit are starting to get interested. Once I come and sit with them and share this legend, they want to grow the Blue Lotus in their ponds. So more and more people are growing the Blue Lotus by themselves, and it is a wonderful way to bring a beautiful sense of perfume and fragrance and elegance and beauty into your surrounding area and into your community. If you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about the Blue Lotus, you want to journey with the Blue Lotus, you want to get more experience, you want to go on a deeper understanding of its shamanic and spiritual nature, you're welcome to join any of the courses on Bliss School. There is one course in specific that journeys through with the Blue Lotus, through the whole cycle of life, death, and rebirth. So if this is calling you, this could be a great way for you to enjoy the flower and at the same time go on a very deep journey with it. This course is designed to take you through the meditations, the rituals, the activations, to really open up to a sense of connection and understanding what you're doing and how you're journeying with the Blue Lotus based on the ancient teachings of the ancient Egyptian path. Otherwise, you will find more content on YouTube, free content, meditations, and videos that can support for you to enhance your journey with the Blue Lotus. I look forward to hearing from you. If you like this video, Please like, please comment, please share, please give me feedback. I'm always welcome to hearing from you. Sending you lots of love. Bye-bye. Lift me from the dark into the light.